Hi, Gaye DeRusso with the Majestic Rider. So today I'm trying to teach a horse to back out of the trailer. It needs a little work on its groundwork, which we're working on, but they left it with me for a couple of days to try to help it with the trailer. So let's see how it goes. So we're going to try and just get her feet, front feet in, and then get her to get back out. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Whoa. Girl, good job. Some horses have never been backed out of the trailer, and if you get them in a straight load, you're going to have a big problem. So it's always good to teach all your horses how to back out. Girl. See, now she's not sure if I want her to come in or out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nope. So she came in too far. Now, you might see me moving a bag in there because I have lots of equipment in here to help me to get her to want to back out. I didn't want her to come all the way in the beginning, but she did. So, and just before I found out she was afraid of fly spray, so I used it. When she got in here and she wouldn't back out, I just sprayed it towards her face, and what do you know, she got out. So sometimes you can use what they're afraid of to help you, and then in time, of course, she's not going to be afraid of this. Okay, so we're going to try it again, but it's hard sometimes. You're trying to stop them before they get all the way in. I just want one back foot and then back out so she gets used to it. Girl. Girl. Now, this can happen. She's a little afraid to get in because I have the water bottle in my hand, so I'm going to put it down and then try it again. So now I have grain, so if she's afraid to get in the trailer because I scared her, I'm going to entice her back in. We're going to use the things you have to your advantage. Do you want to come back in? She likes food. I didn't have to spray the bottle. Hear me? She doesn't have the best ground manners. So that's usually part of the problem, is the ground manners thing and not making the horse do things. Like, it should be able to tolerate the fly spray, but if you don't do it every day they don't get used to it. So try to keep her out of my space because she keeps creeping in. But I use the grain to help her get in, and then the fly spray to help her get out. Then the second time, of course, she didn't want to go in all the way because she knew the fly spray was in there. So I used the grain again to get her all the way in. And then when I picked up the fly spray, she's like, don't want that on me. And she just backed out. But if you watch her legs, if you go back, you'll see she's shaking. She's really scared to get out that way. So that's okay. How do we get better at it? Just like we get better with anything, you repeat it over and over again. She has to see she doesn't get hurt. She has to see there's a reward for coming in, and then a reward for backing out. So if she wanted to graze, I would, but right now she's just standing here. So we're gonna try it again. I just wanted to make sure you can hear me. I did practice backing over poles, backing her in and out of the cross ties and stalls and all that stuff before. So she really understood the cue for backup. And the guy's coming over here with the lawnmower, which is really helpful when you're trying to train a horse to get in and out of a trailer. we're gonna go back in. So they know when they're at the edge of the trailer. So I say off right as they get to the edge. So then they know every time they hear the word off, they're gonna have to step down. It's very scary. They don't see the way we do. And imagine stepping out backwards and I wouldn't let you look. Okay, you wouldn't know either and you might fall down. Try it sometimes, it's not fun. So I like to give them a cue. I like to let them turn their head side to side so they can see how far they're stepping out, and then I ask them. So again, this is just a reward for her getting out because she's backing out. So let's try it again. Off, off, off. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. Do it. That she's a mare, so she figured out she got grain in the house. So now she thinks she doesn't have to get in. Okay. So I think it's good for all this stuff to happen so you can see what I do. So I just pulled the rope through because I have no one to help me. Good girl. So I just gave her a couple little taps. And now she's trying to turn around. So I'm going to go back in there and help her figure it out. Ow. 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 Good job. Lots of people don't like to use food. Horses don't get a paycheck. What do? They get work. So I like to give them food to make it a happy place. Do we do it forever? No, just to get the point across until they're comfortable with it and they like to go in, and then you give less and less food and you don't need it anymore. But you want something to motivate the horse. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on her. I don't want to beat her up. I don't want to do anything like that. So when I just pulled her in, I tapped her with the stick, but I didn't tap her very hard. I just put pressure on her. And what she said was, I did it a bunch of times. I don't want to do it anymore. So that's when it's nice to have a stock trailer like this or a window so you can put the rope through it if you're alone, and then just you have one of those fiberglass sticks. The lunge stick will not work. And then tap them with it because it's a little bit more pressure, help them to get in. I rewarded her for getting in, and then I took her out and now I'm letting her graze. So that's enough for today. I just put more pressure to put her in and out. And then that's enough. We don't need to do it 1,000 times in one day. I need her to try, reward the try, okay? So now I'm gonna work on something else. I got her in and out of the trailer, so now I'm gonna do groundwork or something else with her. I wanna work on the fly spray on her body, but I don't wanna work on it in front of her because I wanna use that to help the owners if they ever do have a problem getting her out, okay? So you want something for backup that maybe they're just a little bit scared of, that they want to get away from in case she got stuck in the trailer. Yesterday when we practiced it, they had hay in the trailer. I was in the back of the trailer, was not enough room. I got her out a couple of times, it wasn't good. So they left it, and today I used my trailer. I'm going to take her out camping. I'll practice it there, and then I'm going to practice it in their trailer and then show them what to do. The only way it'll stick and the only way it'll work is if they keep the ground manners up on this horse and they make her respect them and make her do what they're asking and not let her walk on top of them, because that's part of the problem. And then also that they practice this. You can't practice trailer training once a year, okay? If you want your horse to trailer alone, or you want them to back out or just trailer well, you have to take them all the time. That's the only way things work, is you do it repetitively. So it's as many times a week as you can do it, for as many months as you can do it, for as many years as you can do it, and that's where the horse gets good. If we took this horse on the road and we just trailered her and riding places, guess what? She would get better on her own because we keep doing it. But if you don't trail her out a lot or you don't trail her the horse alone, you cannot expect it to do it well unless somebody else taught the horse that, or the horse is very laid back and doesn't care about anything. But mares are smart, red mares are smarter, and they figure stuff out and they go, I don't have to do that. I don't like doing that. I'm not doing it. And then if you can't meet the challenge, well, guess what? They win and you have a problem. So this is an older horse. She should be able to do all of this stuff by now. So we're going to fix it, and then they need to work on it, and then they need to continue to work on it. And it'll be easier for them than it is for me because I'm going to try to get her to that point and load her every day on this trailer and back her off every day. Okay, so remember, anything you're training your horse to do, gait, behavior problems, not being a nasty mare if they're, bite and kick, you got to get after them every day and don't let them do those behaviors. Reward the try, tell them they did a great job, but if they didn't do a good job, then do it over and over until they do. Okay, poor Siena. We're working on Puddles because you said Puddles were a problem. We worked on fly spray because we found out that was a problem. I got her in and out of the trailer. That was easier than this. And so I am lunging her through these puddles. I don't know if I'll be able to show you or not, but I will show you when you come to pick her up. And it was a little bit of a fight, but she said, Gay's a bigger bitch than me, so I think I'll do it. And she did a bunch of times, not once. We've been doing this 10-20 minutes. All right, I'm going to try and do it some more. We'll see if I can show you or not. Okay, so we haven't done it this direction over here yet. I was letting her graze. So let's do it this direction. I did teach her the sending exercise, her hindquarters, how to move her hindquarters and her shoulders to make sure I had control before I did this, because you can't do it if you don't have the tools. There's a puddle. And I'm also going to take her through that other puddle too. Sorry, I can't tell what this is showing now. She's standing in the puddle eating. She's like, anything Gaye wants, I'll do, because she's crazy. Good girl. So there she missed the puddle. That will happen. So we keep going. No breaks until she goes through the water. So if she wants to stand in the puddle, sorry, she wants to stand in the puddle and eat, I'll allow that because she didn't like the puddle. So sure, go ahead. Have a reward. Now her back foot's in there. So now we're going to be done in a minute. So now I'm going to take her back through the big puddle there. I wanted to practice this because this is difficult to do when you're with a group of people riding. You can't really train your horse. Look, she stopped herself again. So I'm trying to get her ready for the camping trip so she doesn't give us much issues when we're there. Good girl. But this is something she should practice daily, and the good thing about Terry's is he has lots of mud. Okay, so now we have this mud over here, and we'll see. She's probably going to try and come over the top of me. Nope. You do have to be a little bit tough. I'm just going to walk some circles and slowly. No eating, nope. But see, she's smart. And I'm going to try and send her in there. But hard part is if they go fast, good girl, and sometimes they drag you through the mud. It's always best if you have mud shoes on, which I don't. Now that's okay. Oh, I don't think you're seeing it. But I don't want to drop my phone. But again, that's okay. She's standing in the mud grazing. Okay. So she's deciding over time that this is not such a bad thing because she's getting to eat. Look how disgusting this is. So now she wants to stay and I want to go. Now, she just cut that whole thing. So now that she knows the sending exercise, which she's going to pretend she doesn't, I'm going to try and send her back this way. There we go. Good girl. So now I'm going to let her eat again. Okay, so in case it didn't show it, this is what we were going through. And some horses, they've gone in mud and sunk in quicksand, or they slipped and fell, and you know, it freaked them out, and they have every right to be afraid of mud. So you got to build their confidence back up, and it's best to do that at home. And now she's going to get to graze a little bit because she did the right thing, and then I'll practice again tomorrow. All right, hope that helps.